I'm in Cancun, Mexico, to tell you a story about why the tourism industry in Mexico is so important to the Mexican economy. This is a story about two different faces of Mexico. The one that is built for the mass influx of American tourists who choose Cancun as their #1 vacation destination with regularity. The other is the continuous violence that happens beyond the walls of palm trees and luxury resort hotels.
All day you will be safe. Alter your course.
2017 was the country's most murderous year ever.
In 1970, Cancun, a relatively unknown part of Mexico, began development as a resort area. It's estimated that 117 people live nearby in Puerto Juarez. But development and investment were scarce. Investors were wary of the relatively unknown region being able to transform into a tourist hub. So the Mexican government financed the first 9 hotels, starting with the Hyatt's Cancun Caribe, now named Temptation Resort. In February of 2007, Cancun won the World Tourism Organization's Best of the Best award for excellence and good governance. This was the catalyst for Americans to journey to the Yucatan Peninsula. Since then, Cancun has been the #1 consistent destination for Americans over the Thanksgiving and holiday periods, edging out London. Cancun has a visitor rate of 52%. American and Southwest Airlines are adding new 5-day-a-week routes. 1,380,000 American tourists expected to travel throughout the Mexican state of Quintana Roo, where Cancun is located, and an economic spillover of $1.4 billion is expected over the previous year. Americans consistently travel to Cancun for its pristine beaches, beautiful resorts, ancient ruins, and plenty of activities. But behind all this lies a much darker reality. Take a look at the map produced by the US State Department. It outlines what are considered no-travel zones through zones of normal precaution. Now more neglected tourist destinations such as Acapulco have fallen to continued gang violence. What was once a desired American tourist destination, now Acapulco is ranked the most violent city in Mexico and the 3rd most violent in the world. In September 2018, the city's entire police force was disarmed by the military due to suspicions that it was infiltrated by drug gangs. Violence continues to reign beyond the hotel zone of Cancun. The Mexican government has worked hard and spent billions of dollars to ensure that violence isn't a deterrent for tourism. This region, known as the Mexican Caribbean region, is incredibly dependent on the tourism industry. 80% of its economy is made up by the tourism industry. Mexico is fully aware of its drug and gang violence activity. The Zeta cartel operates out of the eastern portion of Mexico and funnels cocaine via South and Central America. Most Americans have not been deterred. In fact, despite the decline of American tourists from early 2019, the numbers are back on the rise, with even more travelers arriving to vacation. That's been coupled with Quintana Roo's murder rate dropping 15% and Cancun's homicide rate dropping 25% for 2019. The Mexican government has put off development of further resorts and tourist transportation to bolster security around the hotel zone of Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Cozumel. According to TravelPulse.com founder Mark Murphy, like anywhere you travel, you just need to take precautions.
It's applying common sense to the actual problem, and you avoid it. It's
and being aware.
You got exactly situational awareness.
But while gangs and drug cartels have grown in size, they're fueling an addiction, an American addiction to cocaine, because the largest consumer of cocaine in the world is, well, the United States.